We'll go into Psalm 36 and we'll finish there tonight. Psalm 36, again, a psalm of David. And it's a contrast between the wicked and the Lord. And so he begins with this meditation on the wicked, verse 1. An oracle within my heart. David said, I've got instruction on my heart, prophetic utterance to come forth. An oracle within my heart concerning the transgression of the wicked. There is no fear of God before his eyes. That's the truth. The wicked. Why is a person wicked? No fear of God. You have to laugh or you'll go crazy. But you watch the frustration of this world. Try to address the core problems that they're facing. Why are people wicked? No fear of the Lord. So what's their solution? Remove the Lord from every public forum in the land. And then be absolutely shocked when it gets worse. A couple Sunday mornings ago, we talked about that. We talked about the thing I was watching where the public leader, one of the leaders of the California public schools on there and complaining bitterly at how many of the California tax dollars are being diverted into the prisons that once went to the schools. And so upset about it, so angry over that. And, how come and can't we? And as we talked there, the blindness to their own responsibility for the situation. Raise those children up for 12 years plus in the public school system and tell them that there is no God, that they've evolved from animals, that they're just a higher kind of animal, and then the shock when they behave as animals. And it just doesn't make sense. So you indoctrinate them that way for 12 years, and then you're shocked when they fill your prisons because they're only living the way you've raised them. And then the height of arrogance. One of the first characteristics of pride. I'm going to relax. I'm going to be all right. I saw that smile. I'm relaxing right now. One of the great characteristics of pride, the first thing that pride does in a person's life is it removes our ability to recognize it. So that's the goofy thing about pride. Once it's introduced in, apart from the Lord, it has free reign. Because the very capacity by which I might recognize it and then dismantle it, I'm too proud to recognize my pride. Well, praise the Lord, He works on us in those ways. But here you take, and in these institutions that are all around us, somehow there is this feeling that I can take children, whatever their age, K through 12 or whatever it might be, and on into college. Somehow, I'm supposed to be able to say before them, I disregard completely God, His commands. I willfully rebel against them. I won't teach them. I won't live them. Somehow, this whole education system feels that they are free to reject God's commands and then are stunned to discover that the children pick up the logic and they say, if you're free to reject God's commands, we feel no compulsion to follow yours. Who are you to tell us what's right and what's wrong? What do we base right and wrong on if you remove God and you remove His standard and you remove His Word? It's all relative now. All of the ethics are situation. Oh, and now you've got chaos and you're headed for anarchy and we're in the middle of it. But why is it there? There's no fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord. And you can throw all of the money in this world at the symptoms and you'll never solve them unless you address the real problem. And so David here speaking, let's get back to the psalm here. David said, concerning the transgression of the wicked,
There is no fear of God before his eyes. And for he flatters himself in his own eyes. There's that pride again. You know, he feels it's right because I feel it's right. And how can you argue against that? How can you argue against that? When you remove that standard of God, and when he finds out his iniquity, and when he hates, he says, it's okay, I got away with it. And that becomes the, standard for right and wrong, whether I got away with it or not. The words of his mouth are wicked and deceit or lies. He has ceased to be wise and do good. He devises wickedness on his bed. When you lie down in bed and you're going to head off into sleep, that's a time sometimes for, deep thought. It's a time of meditative thought. And sometimes the best things happen between a person and the Lord at that time. Well, for the wicked, it's just the devising of more wickedness. He sets himself in a way that's not good. He does not abhor evil. He does whatever he wants. And then, now this meditation upon the Lord in contrast to all of that. Your mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the great mountains. Your judgments are a great deep. O Lord, you preserve man and beast. How precious is your loving kindness, O Lord. He starts to just meditate. He begins to think about who the Lord is and his nature, and then it just starts to head into the blessings that are there in the Lord. How precious is your loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of your wings. They are abundantly satisfied with the fullness of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your pleasures. Beautiful poetry. Beautiful reality, for with you is the fountain of life, and in your light we see light. Oh, continue your loving kindness to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me. So he sees that in the whole thing, and he commits his ways to the ways of the Lord. And let not the hand of the wicked drive me away. There the workers of iniquity have fallen. They have been cast down and are not able to rise.